Game 7, Asteroids 2.0 XC Alphastorm. This is a demonstration on how the game works, and how not only is it accessible to those who are visually impaired, but also enforces a level playing field regardless of the player's sight. There are three components to play the game. Firstly, you need a tablet PC, iPad, or any smartphone that has a gyroscope on it. The second thing you need is a headset or a pair of headphones that you can plug in to the handheld device, allowing you to hear the verbal feedback given by the game. Finally, and most importantly, the app itself. This can be purchased from the Apple App Store, the PlayStation Network, or of course the Google Play and Android market. The game interface is relatively simple. There's only one oversized giant button in the middle, therefore it's easy for a blind person to use it. It's the laser missile. It's huge and red, and it's really hard to miss. On the right hand side you have a health bar. It doesn't give any player an advantage, but it's nice to have as a aesthetic. As you can see, the color of the health bar is not necessarily the generic green, which usually represents a health bar. However, it is a colored cyan, as green and red are hard to distinguish for someone who is colorblind. Now finally, in the bottom left hand corner you can see the artificially intelligent computer Miranda. She is the persona that will be verbally giving you the instructions on where to go, to duck left, to duck right, to dodge the asteroids that are incoming into the spaceship. The player controls Ace Pilot Commander Nelson, and it is up to the AI computer Miranda to tell Commander Nelson where to go. The movement is what is recorded from the gyroscope, and that is how the game tells which way the player has moved to dodge the asteroid. Top left hand side, as previously mentioned, is the score. As you can see in this example, the player has lasted 254 seconds. This means that the current score is 254. The higher you can get your score to be, the closer you are to getting the high score or setting the high score, and that is the better you are at this game. Alright, so now let's have a look at some gameplay. This is Jonathan. He's going to be testing out the game a little bit to see how it works. He's not going to be using any sight, so please notice that. And let's have a look how he goes. So this is him. He's listening to the tutorial. He's just about to finish, and now he's just going left and now right, tilting the handheld controller as he does so. He's now getting right into the action. We've skipped up to the one of the higher levels. He's going left and right again. He has to go up to dodge this missile, and has to continue doing so as it gets faster and faster, and the tilts require a lot more vigor and speed. Keeps going. Now, as you can see, the intervals between the tilts are becoming a lot more increased, and now he's finally used the missile. The missile is something that can only be used 3 times. It can be used more, however, as the missiles will take 60 seconds to recharge. Recharging is a long time and therefore cannot be used whenever they feel like it. This is a last resort thing for either when it is required to do so when a missile is too big to dodge, and the player will be told so by Miranda, the artificially intelligent computer, or B, they just will not be able to make it in time and must use one of the charges. So, with all that in mind, let's have a look at the considerations that I've made to the visually impaired. The game requires both a sense of direction and the ability to respond to verbal instructions, also movement, which blind people are more than capable of. There is no need for sight in this game, and therefore the playing field shall be equal. Yes, there is a screen with an interface, yet this harbors no advantage to a player with sight, and only adds a visual element to the game for those who do have it. All the information displayed on the screen is also recited verbally through the speakers or headphones. The only issue that people who are visually impaired will face is to access the app in the first place. This will require the help of someone who can see where to press, or one of Apple's newest features, Siri. Alternatively, they can just memorize where the button is located on the tablet or smartphone. However, that might prove to be troublesome. So the closing statement, I'd just like to thank you guys for watching this video. Very appreciated if you would find the time to learn about how we are making games for visually impaired people, and how we're trying to level the playing field between both people who have sight and those who don't.